Hello, welcome to another video by The Legendary Gamer, a space for internet mysteries, gaming and nerdy contents. In the shadowy corners of the internet, a clandestine world thrives. A place where mystery intertwines with intrigue, where the clandestine meets the cryptic. This is the dark web. A realm often misunderstood yet intriguing to many. Imagine a bustling marketplace, not unlike the bazaars of old but hidden in the depths of the digital world. This is the day-to-day reality of the dark web. Here, transactions take place under the cloak of anonymity, with buyers and sellers exchanging goods and services often of a questionable nature. From illicit substances to stolen data, the wares on offer are as varied as they are controversial. One such market, known as the Silk Road, has been a subject of fascination. Yet, the day-to-day operations of these digital bazaars remain shrouded in mystery. They are an ever-flowing stream of clandestine activities, a complex tapestry of stories and players all vying for a piece of this lucrative pie. The life cycle of a darknet market, however, is not infinite. Every digital bazaar has an expiration date, operational security can be compromised, and the longer a site runs, the higher the risk. This leaves the market owner with two possible outcomes: get caught or make a swift exit. Exit scams have become a common theme. In such scenarios, the market goes offline. Any money in escrow is seized, leaving the market owner with a substantial payday. This constant cat and mouse game, this never-ending game of chicken, forms the backdrop of the dark web marketplaces. The pressure on a darknet market owner is immense. Law enforcement and other malicious dark web actors are constant threats. One wrong move can lead to a downfall. Empire Market, one of the largest darknet markets, is a prime example of this precarious balance. Despite its vast audience, not everyone is familiar with Empire Market. Launched in 2018, it quickly became a key player in the dark web, boasting the largest community on Dread. Yet, like its peers, Empire Market was not immune to the inherent risks of the dark web. The identities of those running the market remain unknown, as is common for operational security. However, the closure of Empire Market is largely attributed to an individual known by his username, Seven, the head moderator of the subdread. In terms of the username responsible for handling the market based on what I was able to dig up, it appears that about 2 people were running this individual market, that being someone by the name of 1234 and Fire2. I'll delve deeper into these individuals later, but shifting focus to a user known as Seven, much of the narrative surrounding Empire's closure revolves around them. Seven served as the primary moderator for the subdread and wielded significant control over the forum. Prior to making any announcement about the impending situation, Seven wiped their entire account clean. Evidence of this lies in the disparity between their total activity on Dread, 935 comments and 38 posts, and the few that remain visible. The entire sequence of events commenced when Seven posted on July 20th, an announcement that Empire decided to leave Dread due to disagreements over how things were handled. If you don't know what Dread is, think of it as a darknet equivalent of Reddit, or a platform similar to Reddit. This departure shook the community and marked the beginning of a series of revelations that would soon unravel. Despite Empire's exit, life on Dread continued as usual until mid-August. It was then that a user named Seven decided to make a pinned post on their subdread aptly titled, "The State of the Dark Web." This post was meant to shed light on the ongoing situations in the forum and expose certain elements that were causing concern. Unfortunately, the original post was deleted as Seven wiped their account clean during the making of this video. But thanks to the diligent archiving by Dark.Fail, the essence of the post has been preserved. Seven's post begins with the reminder of Empire Market's departure and his decision to focus on creating a forum specifically for Empire Market, which was receiving about 1,000 registrations a day. The post then delves into the darker side of the community, revealing the actions of certain markets and individuals that were putting the community at risk with their short-term thinking. And they might think these actions benefit themselves, but the real beneficiaries are law enforcement and agency investigations who love what they do. The first instance Seven highlights involves Big Blue Market and a user named Godman666, who had a reputation for phishing users. According to Seven, Godman666 was a former forum moderator on the old Empire forum but was expelled due to his questionable practices. This individual was also known for running clone accounts or usernames, blackmailing vendors, and even boasting about sharing information with law enforcement. An instance he pointed out was when he spread FUD against him and Hug Bunter. He added that, In the past year alone, Godman 666 had over 100 accounts banned on Dread for engaging in phishing spam and spreading FUD. Seven's post also mentions another user, Big Blue Odeon, who was aware of Godman 666's actions and seemed to support them. For more on this, Seven directs readers to the User Monopoly official, who had done extensive work on exposing the corrupt practices at Big Blue Market. The next allegation made by Seven was against Stacks 420 of Enigma Market, who supposedly had a past friendship with some of the Empire staff members. The Empire Market had previously rewarded Stacks 420 for finding minor bugs. However, the tables turned when he demanded an exorbitant sum for a minor bug and threatened the staff with exposure if they don't pay up. His actions led to his ban, but he did not stop there. He launched a series of FUD campaigns, DDoS or distributed denial of service attempts, and continued his attempts to expose the Empire staff's real identities. Stacks 420 claimed he was banned for trying to report a bug, and that the Empire Market stole his $30,000 held in escrow. However, the records show that he never had anything close to that amount in escrow on Empire. His claims were debunked, yet he persisted with his narrative. Digging deeper into the situation, it seems Stacks 420 did have a relationship with the Empire staff early on. He even earned some bounties for bug tests for Empire. In a surprising twist, Chatlog suggests he located the initial hosting server of the Empire. After bringing this to the attention of the staff, the site was taken down and migrated to another location. As the saga unfolded, accusations flew. A user named Witchman05 was accused of using his administrative position on Dread, a Reddit-like platform to aid Stacks 420 in his doxing attempts. In another twist, a user named Layla was accused of trying to extort the creator of Torum, a hacking forum, and working with Stacks 420 to take down the Empire. The common thread among Witchman05, Stacks 420, Godman 666, and Layla was their readiness to lie and harm others if it served their interests, even if it meant cooperating with the law enforcement. However, not all characters in this story had dubious intentions as explained by Seven. Hugbunter and Paris, who are administrators on Dread, despite disagreements, seem to have good intentions. Amidst the darkness, there were some bright spots. Hugbunter and Paris, who are administrators on Dread, despite disagreements, seemed to have good intentions. Amidst the darkness, there were some bright spots. White House Market and Monopoly Market were examples of markets that grew fairly without spreading fear or spam advertising. Dark, Fail, and Darknet.live were other examples of reliable websites providing selfless services to the community. He then concluded his statement with a quote, "I think at this point, after all the community has endured, we can all agree with the message. Fuck fishers, fuck doxers, fuck Lee cooperators, long live the Empire." This post clearly indicates that Empire was catching heat and making enemies due to its status as the largest market at the time. As I mentioned earlier in this video, it's only a matter of time before things get messy or operators of a market start making mistakes. The main grudge against Empire stemmed from Stacks 420, a former associate going by the user staff, who claims to have been cheated out of $30,000. Stacks 420 alleges that the following individuals are collaborating with him: Witchman, a former moderator on Dread, and Layla, whom I've gathered additional information about regarding their connection to Seven. Recall when I mentioned that Seven had concealed most of his comments on Dread? It seems the precise timing of him meticulously hiding those comments coincides with another event that occurred about a week prior to his individual post. It appears Seven also owned a hacking forum named Torum, while Layla was the owner of a competing forum called Torygon. Something apparently occurred with Torum that caused the site to go offline briefly. Then on August 8th, a series of 17 alternative accounts belonging to Seven surfaced on Dread. Although the list of accounts was eventually removed, it appears Seven was exposed for operating numerous other accounts to criticize other markets, manipulate discussions, and promote Empire. Stacks took it further by hacking into all the alternative accounts, each of which apparently had the same password as Seven's username. These alternative accounts were linked to Seven through Dread's functionality designed to counteract vote manipulation, which facilitated user tracking on the site. This functionality allowed moderators like Witchman, who had back-end access to Dread, to identify if someone logged into two separate accounts in the same session. If a user didn't restart Tor and logged in from one account to another, the accounts could be linked together. According to the Dread archives, not only were 17 accounts linked to Seven, but one was linked to the official Empire Market account, believed to be Fire 2. By linking all these accounts to Seven, they were able to build a profile of his interests, including TV shows and Twitch streamers. Additionally, one account linked to Seven enabled them to identify a person he bought from on a market. It seems they were getting uncomfortably close to Seven, prompting his account purge. A final message on the Torum homepage suggests something spooked him abruptly, a sentiment even shared by a Torum moderator. Here's a quick recap to keep track of where we stand. In July, Empire Market announces its departure from Dread due to conflicts with the staff. Around August 5th, Torum experiences downtime. On August 8th, numerous alternative accounts associated with Seven are disclosed, leading him to purge his account and close Torum. Roughly a week later, Seven posts about the state of the dark web, highlighting individuals plotting against Empire. This brings us to August 19th, when Melbourne, a moderator for Empire, makes a post on Dread. This post comes after a turbulent few days where Empire was hit with a wave of distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks. Users found it increasingly difficult to log into the site and conduct business. Melbourne reassures the community, stating that the Empire team is working diligently to overcome the DDoS attack. But as the days go by, the situation worsens. Around August 21st, the entire site goes offline, indicating that someone had pulled the plug. Melbourne, the public relations moderator, attempts to reassure the community once more, emphasizing their commitment to overcoming the ongoing DDoS attack. He reminds the users of Empire's position as the #1 market and how their trust has allowed them to stay afloat during previous scams in 2018 and 2019. However, as time goes on, no official update comes from the admins. Something you need to know about DDoS attacks is that even when servers are under attack, you should still be able to ping them and request access online. However, the fact that the site wasn't even attempting to load suggested that someone had intentionally shut it down. Users start to get nervous, especially those with large sums locked in their escrow. Some even reported movement in their deposit addresses funds on the blockchain. Seven then shuts down a forum he had just created a month prior, leading to increased panic and demands for an update. Melbourne once again attempts to quell the rumors, urging users to be wary of false narratives. However, the situation started to look bleaker when users started demanding for an update with a signed PGP confirmation. Seven responds but curiously chooses not to sign with his PGP key. His response was, "If the market is still down in a couple days, I will make a post about the whole situation then. It's early days, and maybe the admins will bring it back." Keyword maybe. I can only speak directly for the forum, which was initially taken down by a DDoS, but I have taken it down now unless the market returns. This stands in stark contradiction to Melbourne's statements. The absence of a PGP signature on this comment led many to suspect that Seven's security had been compromised, particularly considering the events of earlier that month. Approximately 2 days after the site went offline, a final update confirmed that Empire Market had conducted an exit scam. This time, Seven chose to sign the message stating, "With over 48 hours elapsed since the market's shutdown, hopes for its return dwindled." The moderator panel remained inaccessible, and admins were absent from Jabber. The absence of planned exits, which typically involve disabling withdrawals and continuing to accept donations for extended periods, suggested that this wasn't a premeditated move. Just a week prior, BTC transactions on the market had briefly halted before being resolved by the admins, allowing withdrawals to resume. This indicates that if it were a planned exit, they wouldn't have bothered fixing BTC withdrawals so close to the end. They had previously expressed their desire for Empire to become the longest-standing market in history, and it appears this intention largely governed the market's prolonged operation. The lack of recent updates and new feature additions for the past half a year indicated a certain fatigue among the admins in maintaining Empire Market. As a moderator, I had made several suggestions such as eliminating pins and relying solely on PGP two-factor authentication, or reviewing XMR code to enhance the reliability of XMR withdrawals. Unfortunately, most of these suggestions fell on deaf ears. The communication between the MOD team and the admins, which was once dynamic and productive, dwindled over the last 6 months. This was both frustrating and disheartening, but perhaps it was a sign of what was to come. Empire Market started experiencing a stable uptime around 4 months ago thanks to the endgame links. This was because 2 admins agreed to make weekly payments to Gustav to keep the market online. Gustav had been holding down the market brutally for a long time, and when the endgame links were added, he took all of those down too. Though I wasn't privy to the specifics, I can speculate that Gustav must have been receiving a hefty sum of between $10,000 to $15,000 a week, if not more. The market was already facing challenges with Gustav, and when a new DDoSer emerged capable of disrupting 9 endgame links, it likely prompted the admins to cease operations. It's improbable they would want to pay multiple DDoSers simultaneously, as it wouldn't be feasible to handle one DDoSer if another was still impacting the market. However, if the Tor staff team had addressed the underlying issues within Tor that allowed such attacks to occur, it's probable the admins would have prolonged their stay. The Tor staff are aware of what needs to be done to address this issue, which involves implementing proof of work into the network. While there's a possibility they're currently working on this, it's worth noting that discussions around proof of work have been ongoing for some time, albeit with little progress. If the Tor staff had implemented proof of work years ago, it's conceivable that even Dream Market might still be operational today. While I didn't have server access to the market, I did host the new forum. Initially, the forum remained unaffected by the onset of the new DDoS attack. However, after the admins took down the market entirely, including the mod panel, the forum became a target for attacks. It experienced intermittent uptime for a day following the market's closure, after which I decided to take down the forum as well, awaiting the potential return of the market or mod panel. From my perspective, investing the resources and effort into combating DDoS attacks and maintaining the forum's uptime became a futile endeavor once the admins ceased communication and stopped compensating me. Hence, while the forum remained operational for a brief period after the market closure, it was eventually taken offline. It's important to note that the forum and the market were not hosted together. My involvement with Empire began as a volunteer forum moderator on the old forum, and I never anticipated reaching this point. Though this outcome is disappointing, I take pride in the contributions I made. I'm dismayed by the manner in which the admins concluded the market's operation. I extend my apologies to anyone affected by funds held in escrow. My only recommendation is to utilize markets with multi-signature functionality, particularly for significant transactions. With warm regards, 7. This marked the end of the Empire market. Uncertainty shrouds the exact amount of money siphoned off from the market escrow. But the figure that seems to have gained consensus is around $30 million. Although many initially pointed fingers at 7, it seems he wasn't the site administrator. Initially I assumed he was playing dumb, but upon further investigation it seems plausible that he genuinely wasn't informed. If you remember Stacks, he continues his pursuit of retribution against those who defrauded him of $30,000. Considering he is one of the few individuals verified to have been closely associated with the staff for a while, it's intriguing to observe his defense of 7, despite their apparent conflicts. Stacks appears to have been searching the community for information on particular Jabber accounts he interacted with while he was close to staff, based on his post history. It's also intriguing that Say7N invested so much time and energy on the forum less than a month ago, only for it to remain largely unutilized. However, it's possible that this was the tipping point for them to decide to end things. I look forward to meeting you all again soon, and will be keeping a watch on any articles that surface on Empire in the near future. This is the Legendary Gamer. Have a good night.